in the picture here, there's a ZZR in there, ZZR 1400. So that just makes the article that much better, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's more legit now.
Yeah, but it does. From this article, there are studies referenced in here, and if you do some googling, there's also other studies that have been done about this topic, and it's really, really interesting to see the results of these studies. But right, I'll let you take over this bit, just because I haven't read the article in that much detail, but I already know kind of the gist of it.
So, I mean, the start of it is talking about, how not being able to ride can affect people who are susceptible to seasonal
that's me.
affective disorder, which is called SAD or low mood. So that's where you probably sit. But they're saying that mental health can improve your riding. Other way around. Riding can improve your mental health. And there's a study that was done in 2018 by the University of California, just into the correlation between riding and stress levels. So I'm just going to read verbatim, so please excuse my reading voice. So the study concluded that riding for just 20 minutes reduces the hormonal biomarkers by 28%, as well as reducing cortisol levels, which helps lower anxiety, memory issues, headaches, insomnia, and the risk of heart attacks. Riding requires focus, but it leaves little room for thoughts to dwell on the outside issues that could feed into anxiety and depression, so that concentration side of it. Benefits of riding on a regular basis include improved cognitive functioning, memory, and spatial reasoning. Now, I thought that was really interesting, but there's one other thing I just want to point out before we talk about the factual side of it. There's actually a motorcycle charity in the UK called Mental Health Motorbike, which is aimed at helping those suffering with mental health. And there's a I don't want to say case study, because that's not quite the right phrase, but there's a bit of the article here about a guy who was knocked off his bike, and he suffered a badly broken ankle, and he was in hospital and then housebound for the second half of 2020. Now, he suffered to the point that he started self-harming. He got in touch with this charity, and they made sure they called him every 4 hours, just to keep him in contact with people. And they put him into a support bubble of people who, were maybe going through the same thing, so they could talk about motorbikes. And they're saying, if you can't get out on your bike, maybe plan your next ride, have like a book of rides that you're going to go and do. Yep. Go to all these forums and talk about bikes. Come and talk to us. Send us messages and talk to us on chats. We're always around, aren't we?
Yeah.
Or just tinker with your bike, Take off the fairing carefully and see what it looks like. That's what they're saying. So that's kind of a real Cliff Notes version of that. But yeah, they're saying that it's not just mental, but it's physical as well. Mm-hmm. The benefits for you. Yeah. So. Yeah,
because you're an active part of the experience when you're riding. So it's not like you're in a car where you're in like a lounge seat position.
You're not passive.
No, it's a very active role that you're playing in riding. Even as a pillion, it's an active role.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love being a pillion. I'm not going to say I love it more than riding, but I really, really enjoy. There's been occasions where you've gone out and said, "Can I come?" Yeah. Just because I like sitting on the back, and I tend to narrate what we're seeing. Sheep.
Well, but that's again, that's part of the experience, is taking in the sights and things. I mean, I've done that before on taking vlogs and things like that, when I just pan the camera and look at the countryside and things. It looks pretty, and again, it all just adds to that experience of escape, of freedom, and whatever. It escapes you from the ties that bind, so to speak. What is the did it have in here what it doesn't actually say the results of the study, did it?
It just said that riding for 20 minutes reduced the hormonal biomarkers by 28%.
So just riding for 20 minutes a day can significantly improve the chemical balance in your brain, is what that's saying, basically.
As well as anxiety, your memory issues will reduce, headaches, and which you've obviously attested to, insomnia, and the risk of heart attacks.
That's crazy, insomnia.
I think it's because you probably get the adrenaline, then you get tired from it.
Yeah, and you also said about memory loss.
Yeah.
As well, how riding a motorcycle can improve
memory issues.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. So it's
that's
saying,
mental.
And also, it improves.
Pardon the pun.
It improves your cognitive functioning, memory, and spatial reasoning.
That's crazy.
It's a lot. It does for you. Just those two wheels do an awful lot for you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's. But there you go. I mean, you need these studies to detail exactly what the benefits are of these things, and you actually start to realize how vast the improvements to your lifestyle can be just from something like this. I mean, think about it. Riding a motorcycle, that's got to be better than drinking, right? That's got to be better than smoking, but it gives you such a good high.
Such a rush. Yeah.
That, it might as well be a drug.
But it's even things like they're saying, if you can, instead of taking the car, take the bike. And you do that, don't
I do that all the time.
If you're just popping to the shop, sometimes you just grab my bike and go, don't you?
All the time. Well, honestly, guys, if I ever go anywhere, I'm doing my absolute best to take a motorcycle. It's only this time of year when I tend not to. But yeah, honestly, I try and take my bikes everywhere.
You take the bike so much that the dog can hear it when you're coming down the road.
Yeah,
and he'll go sit by the front door.
He recognises the sound of the bikes and sits by the door. Yeah,
it's quite impressive when he goes and sits by the front door. I'm like, oh, you're home.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they are bloody loud, though, aren't they?
Yeah, the whole house starts vibrating.
yeah, that's right. So I've got an article here as well about a study that was done. I'm not sure actually when, but this article. Oh, it's done by Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson in 2019, supposedly. There's a research summary here. I'm not gonna show you all that, but I will just pop onto my laptop here, just so you guys can see the article. So, new neurobiological study finds riding a motorcycle can decrease stress and improve mental focus. So, it's published today in Brain Research, which I assume is a science paper. In March
2021.
And it just says stress levels, especially among young adults, continues to rise, and people are always trying to explore better pathways to improve their mental and physical health. And
I've just read ahead to the results highlights.
Yeah.
The biomarkers are slightly different, the same ballpark, but
yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. This is an independent study away from the one that's in this article here in the magazine. So
third line down, changes in study participants' brain activity while riding suggests an increase in alertness similar to drinking a cup of coffee.
I told you, it's a high.
It's like caffeine.
Riding a motorcycle gives you a high. And the funny thing is that I don't drink coffee that often. I do enjoy coffee and I do enjoy caffeinated drinks, but they do bad things for my guts. So I can't drink it that often, or at least if I'm planning to go anywhere,
you can't.
I can't drink anything with caffeine in it. But if I travel to work in the morning on a motorcycle, I am so totally awake and I'm so switched on by the time I get there. I'm not surprised it feels like drinking a cup of coffee. I'm not surprised because, again, it's one of those things you only just realise.
It's when someone says it does this, you go, oh yeah, it does do that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
mad.
That's right.
Sorry, I keep reading ahead.
It's all right.
The next paragraph down. Bottom line, no lab experiment can duplicate the feelings that a motorcycle would have on the open road. Yeah, that's a powerful sentence, isn't it?
Yeah.
This could be significant for mitigating everyday stresses.
By the way, this article is on a website called newswise.com. And if you want to read it for yourself, and if you want to read the full article, I'll put the link in the video description actually after the fact, after the show, so you guys can feel free to go ahead and take a look afterwards. Oh, it's doing some weird funky things, but it basically has the same sentiments as this article here, even though the study was done a couple of years earlier, or 2018, a few years earlier. it just goes to show, guys, that
it's
the way how we feel about riding isn't just a fluke. It's not something that only I feel or only you feel or only this person feels. It's a collective thing. It's something that has proven that can improve your mental health and can improve your physical health. So yeah, this is I've just brought it up now, but we've basically covered the main points of this article. Riding a motorcycle decreases hormonal biomarkers by 25%. What was the one in this one? 28%. So very similar numbers. Sensory focus was enhanced whilst riding a motorcycle versus driving a car. The effect is also observed in experienced meditators and meditators and versus non-meditators. Changes in studies. Changes in the study participants' brain activity whilst riding suggest an increase in alertness similar to drinking a cup of coffee. So yeah, we covered those, and yeah, the full article is in this link here.
That's a summary of the.
That's the research summary. Okay, cool.
You can see the original study if you want to as well.
Yeah, there's the link down there. So yeah, I'll pop this link in the video description as well, so you guys can take a look at it if you want to. But I mean, again, we've already kind of highlighted the benefits to riding a motorcycle, just the way we feel. But these studies just confirm those suspicions, don't they?